So I'm going to talk about the burqa ban in Denmark. I want to start saying that Denmark has become the latest European country banning facial covering garments in public spaces. This happened last June when the Danish parliament enacted this law, and they decided to ban any type of garments that cover the faces in public spaces. This includes actually Islam veils such as niqab and burqas, and it should be said that the law was implemented August 1st, and it actually states that fines can range from 1,000 Danish kroner for a first violation up to 10,000 Danish kroner for a fourth violation or offense. And also it says that police are able to force people to take their veils off or also leave public spaces. After this law was implemented and took effect, there were a lot of reactions. The ban quickly became a big controversy in the country, and some critics said that it was actually discriminating the female Muslim community. It was actually disrespectful with their rights when it comes to freedom of expression and freedom of religion. Some people said that it was hurting the community, and they were pointing out the little number of people who are wearing these veils in Denmark, who are only 1,050 people and are actually 0.2% of the Muslim community in the country. So some of them consider it actually an effect of the increasing anti-immigrant sentiment in Denmark. This decision and the law brought up a group of people gathering together who are Women in Dialogue. They're a group of Muslim women wearing niqabs and hijabs, and they're now working on fighting against the ban. So what they do is that they give flyers, and they actually give speeches in universities and colleges and work on the street, telling people about what they consider that the ban means, and also bringing more dialogue in the community and teaching them about what it means to wear a niqab or a hijab. But at the same time, there we have the other side of the story. We have for instance, the Ministry of Justice that justified the ban, saying that it was actually supposed to help the Muslim females that feel oppressed and feel the pressure from their families to wear the veil. And also some members of the Danish People's Party said that this law was actually helping the female Muslims wearing veils to integrate better into the Danish society. And they even suggested having the fines up to even jail sentence for those who didn't respect the ban. But this didn't have enough support, so it didn't go forward. We should also say that because of the controversy, when it took effect, there were a lot of protests in the country, and there was actually one that took place in Copenhagen the same time that the law was implemented. Hundreds of people went on the street in the center of the city, but they were wearing veils. Some others weren't wearing any facial coverage, and some of them were Muslim, some others were Muslim Danes, so it was a big variety of people. And they were on the streets protesting, and they didn't get fined because the law says that people who are protesting peacefully on the street can be fined because of this law. But once the protest was over, you could see that the number of people on the street weren't that many when it comes to those people who were wearing facial garments. And then it should also be said that this law has a very generic content. So this is actually something that's bringing questions not only to supporters but also to critics, because in this law, although it talks about facial garments, it doesn't specifically talk about Islam veils or say the word niqab or hijab in any point of it. and it doesn't say what it who it applies to, so it can get very confusing at some points, because even in this law it says that there's like very, what they say, recognizable purposes when people can wear these garments. And for instance, these are when women are riding motorcycles and they have to wear a helmet, or it also states that they can wear the veil due to Danish traffic rules, and even due to bad weather, so very bad weather conditions. So it can get very confusing, to the point that some police officers have said that they don't know if they should fine Asian people who wear surgical masks on the street, because they actually meet the conditions that are stated in the law. And another thing that should be stated is that the first person that was charged with these fines since the ban was implemented was a 28-year-old woman in a shopping center, after another woman was trying to take off her niqab. The police came after that fight, and so she had to put it on. But again, they charged her with a fine of 1,000 kroner, because they told her to take off her niqab or either leave the public space, and so she didn't choose that, and she still got the fine. And after this, an Algerian businessman and also an activist decided that he was going to pay for all the fines that were issued in Denmark. And he has actually paid for fines in other countries that actually have this ban as well, such as Switzerland, the Netherlands, Belgium, France, and Germany. And he said that he would be in Copenhagen September 11th to pay for all the fines that were issued since then. It should actually be noted as well that the Islamic veil is a very hot topic in all Europe, because Denmark has just been added to a long list of countries who have these ban, which are for instance Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium, Bulgaria, and France, which was the first country to implement this ban in 2011.